18-year-old Megan Newton was an ambitious, aspiring student from the United Kingdom. She resided in a small apartment in Stoke-on-Trent, England. Having a passion in sports, she worked as a youth football coach, volunteering at multiple football clubs and fundraising money for the youth's match kits. She aspired to become the first member in her family to go to university. Wanting to pursue physiotherapy or sports therapy, Megan was hoping for a scholarship in the United States. On the fateful night of the 20th of April, 2019, Megan was just finishing her shift at a fish and chip shop. When leaving work at around 10:20 p.m., she went home to get ready to go out to a nightclub with her friends, leaving at 10:45 p.m. Megan met up with her friends at a local pub at 11 p.m. and went to the nightclub shortly after. Her friends stated that Megan enjoyed herself that night, excited to show her new tattoo to her friends. After the nightclub closed at around 2:40 p.m., Megan headed to a taxi center in town. Among the multiple people waiting for a taxi, she met 19-year-old Joseph Trevor. Megan and Joseph knew each other from their high school, and with Joseph being a semi-professional footballer at the time, they had a lot to speak about due to their shared passion and interest in sports. Joseph had apparently spent the night at a pub before leaving to the same nightclub Megan Newton went to with her friends. During this conversation, Joseph had told Megan that he was scared to go home, as he was under the intoxication of both drugs and alcohol, and did not want his parents knowing this. Furthermore, Joseph had also been stopped by the police earlier that night and was found with a personal use amount of ketamine, a horse tranquilizer. Megan offered to let him stay the night at her apartment. Anyone who personally knew Megan knew that this is the kind of stuff she did. She always wanted to help others and saw the good in everyone. This would end up being a mistake that would cost her her life. Joseph let his father, a retired police officer, know that he was staying the night at a male friend's house. After Megan's invite, they stepped into a taxi and arrived at her apartment at around 4 a.m. Upon checking the CCTV footage of Megan's building, it appears that they are both happy and in conversation walking in. It seemed that there was nothing out of the ordinary going on. A few hours after entering her apartment complex, Joseph was captured on CCTV, leaving the same way they entered, using her keys shortly before discarding them in the yard. Also captured was Joseph looking at his hand when walking back home and discovering that there was blood on them. Shortly after, neighbors found the keys outside of their apartment building covered in blood. Knowing these were Megan's keys, they were concerned for her well-being and decided to enter her apartment. Megan Newton was found laying naked on the bed in her bedroom, unresponsive. She was immediately presumed dead. The autopsy later revealed that Megan had been brutally raped, both anally and vaginally. She was then strangled by Joseph before being stabbed in the back and neck 9 times. Upon the discovery of Megan's lifeless body, Joseph told his friends that he had done something bad, quote unquote. He was later arrested at his parents' house and charged with rape and murder. Joseph claimed that they had consensual sex, and then his memory went blank. On the first day of his trial, Joseph pleaded guilty to 1 count of murder and 2 counts of rape. Spread out over 90 minutes, he raped Megan, strangled and stabbed her neck and back. It was discovered that Megan had been strangled for around 30 seconds. The prosecutor of the case claimed that Megan was probably alive when she was stabbed 9 times by Joseph. The force at which Megan was stabbed with was so large that some stabs even reached her lungs, puncturing them in the process. Joseph pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 22 years. Megan had a fun night out, believing there was no danger in helping out someone she knew from her high school. She invited him over as an act of kindness when he was afraid to go home. This was not premeditated, as they met by chance at the taxi rank. Joseph's calm demeanor while leaving Megan's apartment just shows how little remorse he felt and just how much he deserved to rot in a jail cell. Thank you so much for watching. Not to sound cliche, but if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. This is a brand new channel, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback and comments.